make a video because I found that it's something that people do when they're building credit that is just problematic, if you ask me. And I say it's problematic because I think that when you are building credit, you need to make sure you have your priorities straight. So I talked to two people about this recently in depth, and I realized I was like getting in my feelings about it. And I know I kind of talked to you guys about this previously when it come down to building credit, but I just wanted to make sure I made this video for those people that needed to hear it, because it is a bigger problem than I thought that it would ever be. I thought that this would be easier knowing the situation that a lot of people actually get into. And the situation is that people just get credit cards. They don't care what credit card it is. I'm thinking, okay, since you're so used to just always getting credit cards, this would not be a problem. But I found that when people are building credit, they want to get certain credit cards. They're like, oh, I want to get the Chase credit card, I want to get the Discover credit card, I want to get the Capital One credit card, but they have yet to build any credit. And if they were to try to get a credit card with these companies, they would not agree to get like a secure credit card, which can help them build credit so that they would not get denied for these credit cards. So let me give you the situation that I was having with people and where I need you guys to understand. So when you guys are building credit, if you already got one or two credit cards, I suggest, and you don't really know where you at in terms, I don't care what your credit score look like, you got to figure out which credit card is going to mess with you, because a lot of credit card companies don't care just about your credit score. So if you only got that one or two credit cards, I tell people to go to my website, Rickita.com, and look under the list the credit cards that can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry. Now when you go under that list, you'll be able to see, like, I think it's like over 45 different accounts or credit cards of companies that's going to tell you yes or no without a hard inquiry. I tell people to go through that list and see which credit cards you can get. Now, sometimes when people go through that list, they say, well, what about the Reflex card? What about the Verve card? Because I got offers for those. I don't want y'all to get those type of credit cards, or any credit card. This is the rule. That's why I don't like those type of credit cards. I don't want you to get those type of credit cards if you're gonna have $100 annual fee, $120 annual fee. You're gonna have a $5 or $12, whatever it is, that monthly maintenance fee. Like, we don't have that in real life with regular credit cards. And I call them regular credit cards because they're not the bullcrap credit cards. So when I tell you guys to go through the list of the credit cards that can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry, I'm telling you to do that because those are credit cards that I personally like, and a lot of those credit cards I have or I had before, so I know how they work. They're going to report to the credit bureaus. They don't have no crazy annual fee, which is amazing. And I tell people to make sure they have 4 of them to really build a solid foundation. But I find that people got 2 of them, and they 2 credit cards, and it can even be like $300 limit, $1,000 limit, $500 limit, and they try to be picky about which credit card they're going to get next. And I'm telling them, just go ahead and apply for some credit cards so you can just get some more credit cards to report, and then you can work your way up to like Apple credit cards, because I find that Apple really wants you to have 4 to 5 accounts on your credit reports before they even give you the credit card. So I don't care if you have an 800 credit score. I have found that they want you to have some history there. So I find that people are very picky about which accounts they're going to get to build their credit, but they were not that picky when it came down to them just getting credit cards. And when I say them just getting credit cards, before they thought about building their credit, they was out here getting these Reflex credit cards. They were out here getting these Verve credit cards. They was out here getting the Indigo, these credit cards that have these very high annual fees without a second thought. But now I say, oh, go ahead and get credit cards to build their credit. Like if I say, oh, go ahead and get the Lowe's card, see if Synchrony Bank will mess with you, because it's an old bank. They have so many different credit cards. If they give you one, then okay, you could probably get the Care Credit. And I say to get those credit cards because I know they're probably going to give you a higher limit, which is going to report to the credit bureaus. So when you go ahead and apply for another credit card, you have a very high chance of getting a credit card with a higher limit, because now, your Lowe's, you get approved for Lowe's, they're going to give you a high limit. And some people are very picky, like, well, I don't want to have a store credit card. I want to get a Visa credit card. And this don't have to be your only credit card. Just think about those people that got 1 or 2 credit cards. I want you to get 4. And if you got 1 or 2 credit cards and you started off, you already had these cards for about 6 months to a year, it's time to get 4 more. So I know I said baseline have 4 credit cards, but if y'all trying to really build credit the way I want y'all to build credit, I want you to really get 4 more credit cards. So if you only got the 1 or 2, when I say get 4 more, why not get a Lowe's and throw it in there, and that can help with your utilization, especially if you say you're not going to use it. But I love my Lowe's card. I love it. I think it's one of the most brilliant cards that people sleep on. Y'all don't even know y'all sleeping on it. But I tell people, get the Lowe's card. You can go on there. It's some other Visa, MasterCard, credit cards. But what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is, stop thinking about, oh, I want to get this, but I want to get cash back. And you're not there yet. You're not there yet. And I think people need to understand that. When I had to rebuild my credit because I messed it up, I had to humble myself, seriously. And I told y'all, only reason I know how to fix credit, I know how to get credit cards, is because in 6 months, I got $70,000 in credit cards. Then I messed up my credit. I had to delete all of those accounts. I never got sued by any of those companies. I had to totally reclaim my credit and build again. Then I went through a divorce and I had to rebuild my credit again. Like, I learned it by going through so much. Like, I wouldn't even say I went through a divorce and built my credit. Well, I was even with the man. Like, I was like trying to build my credit during the process before my divorce even finalized. Like, I had to go through all of this and I had to humble myself. If you guys, like, I see somebody got approved for it. I wanted them to get the Discover credit card. Discover's like, oh no, we're not doing that. But they said, hey, we can give you a secure credit card, and they like frowned upon it. It's like, Discover, if they give you a secure credit card, it's a great thing because you can build a relationship with Discover. And what Discover would do is will actually make your card unsecure in about 7, 8, 9 months. So if you put $200 down, they'll increase your limit to $1,000. They'll increase your limit and give you your deposit back, whatever that is. Which is why I say still do it, because you're building a relationship with the company. I see people frowning upon companies like this, where it's like, give me a security deposit, like Capital One, Navy Federal, or Discover. Those are secure credit cards that can graduate. They frown upon these credit cards to get these credit cards that's going to charge them a $100 annual fee. Or say if they were to go with Credit One Bank, they'll rather go get a Credit One Bank credit card that's going to charge them a $99 annual fee or a $59 annual fee. They'll be happy getting that because they feel like, I'm not putting any money up. Do y'all know when y'all have these credit cards, no matter what credit card it is, they don't even have to be, some of these bad credit cards, like my American Express. If you get a credit card that have an annual fee, they taking that off your limit like right away, and you gonna have a bill due. Like, do you understand? They take that money right away. So if you say, I don't want to put no deposit up, but you go ahead and get you a credit card that requires you to have a high annual fee, they're taking that money off right away. You might as well have got you a secure credit card, built your credit, and got your money back, because at least a lot of those credit cards, they don't have an annual fee. I think people, like, when you're building credit, you have to think of it logically, and people are honestly not doing that, which is a huge problem. To me, people are not logically thinking about building their credit. So all I want to make sure you guys understand, because I have to leave pretty soon, is that when you're building your credit, stop being so picky. Stop being so picky. That's all I can say. Stop being so picky. Try to get you some credit cards that don't have an annual fee. Start getting some credit cards that gonna report to the credit bureaus, and they're not a credit card that you're not going to be able to build with. Find your credit card that you can build with, that's going to give you increases, and you Google them and you find that they are getting increases, because those are the credit cards that you all need. And if it's a credit card that's not going to give you increases, they have high annual fees, you need to just wait and be patient and get you another credit card. And even if it's a store credit card, that's fine, but just get you another credit card that is going to report to the credit bureaus and not charge you these high fees while you're basically in the building stage. So that's what I want you guys to know. And good morning to you. Do not think too hard. Like, seriously, don't think too hard. If you already got 2 credit cards, y'all done had them for a year, try to see if y'all can get 4 more credit cards. Let them report to the credit bureau. Start paying them on time. Keep the balance low. You know, keep your utilization very low. And once they continue to report to the credit bureaus, then you can go back to that list. Like I said, Rickita.com. Look at under the list, pre-qualified with no hard inquiry. I'm telling you, I have a lot of credit cards on there. That's why I put that list together, because when you want to go ahead and apply for credit cards, you should just go to that list and say, okay, what's this one? Nope, no. Oh, I like that one. Apply. Pre-qualified without a hard inquiry. I mean, they're going to tell you yes or no without a hard inquiry. And if they say yes, good. So, okay, I got one. I need 3 more. Okay, let me see. Just go down the list, literally. And if you say you don't want to get secure cards, don't get the secure cards. But once you find out that everybody on that list said no to you, then you need to double back and go and get those secure credit cards. Do we need to stay under 30% the whole time, or only on the statement date? So I always tell people pay their statement balance by the due date, to never pay any interest on their credit cards. That's something that I do. And you could just pay it all up by the statement date and stay under 30% at that time. That would be fine. And the logic behind this is you just don't want the credit bureaus to, I just say by your due date. Stop thinking statement date, y'all. I think that that's where you get messed up at, because there's some people think that they can just pay their balance down on the statement date. Like, no, just think on your due date, just pay it down as much as you can. And I say stay under 5% if you can. That's what my number is. If you under 5%, you're going to have the best credit score possible. 30% with 29%, you're basic. Like, we're not going to help you build your credit, and we're not going to hurt you. That's what I think about when I think of 30%. 5% is like, ooh, you're doing the best you can do. Girl, I'm going to go ahead and get you some points. Or, ooh, I'm going to go ahead and get you some extra points. That's what I think about. So I always say 5%. And I say by the due date. Because if you guys do that, like, pay your statement balance by the due date. Like, let me give you another example. On my Discover credit card, I think I got like a $1,500 balance, $1,700 balance on that card, but my statement balance is $250 or $259, because that's what my balance was last month. So technically, I could just pay the $259 and never pay any interest on this credit card, and then I can just pay it down to get my utilization down. I could pay more, depending on whatever your credit limit is, to get your utilization down. But I would suggest people do that by their due date. Just think of due date. Don't think of statement date and all that, because that stuff can change. You just sometimes don't even know. Just do it by your due date, and you'll be good. My wife and I finished chapter 13. Let's see. Oh, that is really good. Capital One definitely give you some credit cards, and try to see if you can get 2 more. I would say get 2 more and really start building your credit. So when I filed bankruptcy, I filed chapter 13. I never went through with it. I didn't go through with it. I got my credit scores back to the 700s in about 5 months. Like, it didn't take that long at all. I got myself back to the 700s in 5 months. I worked to delete them accounts from my credit reports. I got on that stuff right away. And I just suggest that for anybody. Somebody on here also said something about they had to file chapter 13 because of their parents, and they're 18 and they're trying to figure out how to build their credit, how to, I guess, bounce back from that. That's why I would tell people, when you file, or you know you're about to file bankruptcy, start getting your ducks in order right away. Like, okay, I know I'm going to file bankruptcy. Once I file bankruptcy, if you file in chapter 7, once it's discharged, I'm going to try to get these credit cards. Even if they got to be secured, I'm going to go ahead and get these credit cards. I'm going to work on deleting it. Okay, I got my letters to, if your bankruptcy show up, I got the letters to delete the bankruptcy. Or if it don't show up, that, hey, I got the letters to just start deleting these accounts. And literally stay on your credit. Like, every month, just send out letters to get those accounts deleted. Or you can even start deleting those accounts beforehand. If you know you're gonna mess up on accounts, like, I see certain clients too that have negative accounts on their credit reports, and I know that they're not going to pay. I'm like, won't you just delete it? If you know you're at 90 days late right now, and you know you're not going to pay it, it's inaccuracies on it, you should just delete it. And I just want you guys to think of the same thing too. Just get on it right away and work to delete it. Okay, and 4, okay, all unsecure and still 0 balance. Okay, see, you're doing good. That's really good. Then you already got your 4. So now you already got 4. I would say wait 6 months to a year and go ahead and get 4 more. And you can get 4 more, you can get 6 more, or whatever you want to get. But some people ask me, like, well, Rickita, why should I get these credit cards, or why should I have this, and why should I have that? And I said, it's better for you to have it than to not have it. Because as soon as the emergency up like a real life emergency, something really wrong with you, and you really need help, you were really messed up, you're not going to be able to get the credit for it, because at this point your credit probably already messed up too. So I always tell people to have it there just in case you need it as an emergency too, just to have it. You're gonna definitely get there. Just keep the balance low and like delete any negative account that's attached to it, and you'll be fine. And let me tell y'all why I like this Lowe's card, because I think some people are sleeping on this Lowe's card. So I like I love my Lowe's credit card, because as long as you spend $300 on that on your credit card, you'll be able to have 6 months of no interest. And with me, like, I like to travel. Say if you're going out to eat, you're having family over, you want to go on vacation or something, you know, you can get Airbnb credit cards, which means you can have 6 months of interest-free payments, because you can just get not a credit card, Airbnb gift cards. If you know you're going on vacation, you can get all of the gift cards to the restaurants that you want to be at. Like, you have that option. And like for Christmas time, if you're gonna do it for Christmas, you could buy gift cards. Just make sure you spend $300 and you have 6 months of interest free. That's why I love Lowe's. Like, you know, I went to, like, I had events, so I went up there, got a generator, I got these different things. That's fine. But I love my Lowe's credit card because of the gift card play. So for those people that want interest free for traveling, that is your thing, because you're gonna have 6 months to go ahead and pay for it. That's what I like. And say if you were to go ahead and do the Airbnb thing, like I told you, get the gift card, figure out what your stay is going to be, get your gift card, and don't choose the option where you're going to get 5% back. Choose the option for 6 months of interest free, and that's going to be perfect. And then what you do is you just go ahead and keep paying on it, and just make sure you pay it. I'll say pay it up by the fifth month though, to make sure you guys don't get charged any interest. But it's very, very nice. People really sleep on that. And to me, like, that is a great credit card. And I also like that you could do the same thing with Amazon. Amazon is really amazing too with that, because you'll have 12 months, so you can get gift cards on there too, and you'll have 12 months of interest free. So I love for people to try to get the Amazon credit card. And I think mine is a Visa. I don't think it's MasterCard. It's definitely Visa. So you can get the Visa or get the store card. Hold on one second, y'all. You can get the Visa or you can get the store card and get that Lowe's. Or if you can, get the Home Depot too. That's another option. Okay, but all of these are going to pull TransUnion too, so keep that in mind. But I gotta take this call, you guys, so I'll see you all later. Hopefully you guys have a great day. If y'all have any questions, go to my website, Rickita.com, and schedule a call, and I'll see you guys later. Now, oh, let me say one more thing. I have to get my braces retightened. This is going to be our first time getting them, whatever they got to do to them, like get them retightened. So that's going to be tomorrow. I'm probably not going to take calls Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm not going to take calls probably for the rest of the week. But if you guys want to talk today, I'm definitely available. You can also call 833 Rickita and ask to get on my schedule, and I'll be happy to talk to you guys. But yeah, when I get my braces tight, I know it hurt it last time for like 2 weeks, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk tomorrow. And I already recorded a lot of content for you guys, so I don't have to worry about that. But I'll see you guys later on. Have a great day.